Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
And I'm Holly.
And in there is Tucker, and this is Ford's best-selling SUV. This is the 2021 Ford Explorer. You like?
I like it.
And in this video, the three of us are going to tell you exactly what this is like for a family of three. Hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified every time we post a new video. And if you want to see what we're driving before it is here on YouTube, go find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do, including our award-winning podcast, can be found at gtgaragetalk.com. All right, first things first, this has the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost that, surprisingly, 4 cylinders are getting powerful. 300 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. You liked it?
I liked it.
There's plenty of power?
Plenty of power.
All right, let's move around and talk about the styling just a bit. So I love this new trend of putting the letters spaced out on vehicles, and on this one we have Explorer in this kind of dark metallic finish, and that matches the wheels because this one has the Explorer XLT appearance package. Say that 3 times fast. What are your overall thoughts on the front?
I mean, I like it. It's a pretty car. I like the color.
Good LED lighting, and so we've got accent lighting here, fog lights down here. I'm even okay with that right there in the middle. And then I will actually point out right here is a functional air curtain that helps direct air around the vehicle. But let's move around the side just a bit and talk about the overall shape and profile. All right, so the profile is perhaps my favorite view of this vehicle, and I think the Ford designers are also keen on that because the silhouette is also an Easter egg back there in the trunk. But for 2020 and 2021 and the new 2022s, this has a rear wheel drive platform, meaning majority of the power goes back there, and the designers have kind of raked and angled everything back to the back. I really like this sloping roof line, this rising line here on the side. Babe, what are your general thoughts on the exterior styling?
I like it too. I like there's some little texture down the, not texture, but contours down the side.
They didn't over style it. There's not like angles and creases going every which way. But yeah, just the way the windows pinch all the way back here to the back gives it a really fast, aggressive look while it's sitting still. And that's because the top of the line is a twin turbocharged ST that'll go really fast. But this is the XLT for our family and has worked fairly well for us. We have proximity sensors here on the doors. There's a little button right here that you tap to lock it with the key on you. You just tap the back side and it unlocks. And all in all, it's been an easy vehicle to live with. Let's see what front and middle row seat comfort is like. All right, Holly, what are your thoughts sitting inside?
I like it. It's very nice. I have plenty of legroom, but that's not normally a problem for me.
No, not normally a problem. So middle row comfort is actually quite good. I'm sitting behind myself here and I've got plenty of legroom, but these seats actually do slide forward and back to give rear seat passengers a little more room. So the three rows can negotiate between themselves on the perfect amount of leg space. And then you've got a handle here for a recline, so you can actually get comfortable. You have an armrest here because all Explorers come standard with captain's chairs here in the middle row. You can opt for a 35-30-35 split bench across the middle, and that gives you the flexibility of extra seating without just getting these plastic cup holders that they stick here on the floor in the middle. But all in all, it's a pretty comfortable seating position, and I could see myself doing a lot of road trips back here. I will say one detriment: these aren't car seat friendly middle row seats. And by that, I mean, in order to get in the back, you actually have to flip it forward. So having a car seat in place here is not going to be very advantageous for climbing in that third row seat. Speaking of which, why don't we go around to the other side, because we do have the car seat on the back on this side, and I'll give you a quick glimpse as to what rear seat occupancy looks like. Okay, getting in the third row. Again, pull up on this handle right here, push it forward. Not super car seat friendly, but Ford does make it easy. They put plastic steps for you there on the outside, and then you just pull the seat back and get comfortable. So I'm sitting a little low. I'm not too far off the floor. The bottom of the seat is a little firm, but as you can see here, I've got plenty of room. It's not terrible, but I would not prefer this over any of the other very comfortable seats in this car. But especially with the captain's chairs riding next to Tucker's car seat here, I still have plenty of room. I wouldn't complain, just wouldn't be my first choice. And then getting out is as simple as pulling the lever and climbing right back out. All right, the business end, the storage, where you're gonna be putting everything. Why don't you give us an open here?
Hi.
And we do have our handy helper Tucker with us on this one. So you can see with the third row up, you get decent storage space. This is definitely less than we have in our 2-row Cherokee. And that's because you're typically not going to have all 3 rows up. I'll say it before, I've said it before, I'll say it again. These are more or less a bonus seat, a convenience to have. But Tucker, if you will move up, please, I'm actually going to fold this seat down and show everybody what it's like when you fold this seat down. Can you go to your car seat, please? So this one has the manual folding third row. Upper trims do have power folding third row, but it does free up quite a bit of space for you that makes the back end of this actually very cavernous. There you go, T-Man. And as you can see, because it is 50-50 split, you can have a car seat safely secured there in the back and plenty of room to store stuff on the other side. All in all, pretty good combination of packaging for people and packaging for stuff. And then here's that silhouette I was talking about earlier of the Explorer. And no good SUV would be complete without some hidden underfloor storage either. But Holly, you're 5 foot. How is the button to close test for a 5-foot woman? Oh,
Well, it's not too bad.
Not too
Were you
bad.
expecting more of a problem?
no, I just know that some are like way up there that are even a reach for me.
Yeah.
So
No, that wasn't too bad.
there you have it. Now why don't we hop in the driver's seat? I'll let you drive and we'll see exactly what this is like to live with daily. Ford Explorer. This is the XLT trim, 4-wheel drive. This honestly is about how I would spec it if I was buying it for us. The only thing I think it's missing that I would really want is a big sunroof and maybe memory seats. What's your experience like so far? We've had it for a week. You've ridden some. You're driving now.
Well, it's cold in Texas, and the seat warmers work.
Yes, they do. I notice yours isn't even on anymore.
No, and I have residual warmth on my behind from how warm it was. So that's really nice. And the steering wheel, I had it turned off after it warmed up.
Really hold back here.
And it's getting really cold back there.
Well, good news. I have controls for your temperature right up here on the screen. Is that better?
It's still hold back.
It's still cold? Okay, well, let's do rear controls. We'll do just a little bit of heat, but I'm going to turn the fan speed down a little, okay?
Why?
You good?
still hold.
Okay, well, it's going to take a little bit.
It'll warm up in just a minute.
It'll warm up. Okay.
And that is one of the things that we don't like about our current vehicles is we don't have a control for the back and not really good air circulation in the back, which really is a problem with a child riding in a car seat, because especially in the summer, those car seats get hot, and then we're freezing in the front trying to cool off the back. So our next vehicle will definitely have a rear controller.
Yeah, rear air is a must for us. And in this, we have ceiling mounted air vents, which actually direct air onto the passengers in the back.
It's really nice.
Our Cherokee just has the vents back here on the center console that barely air on him from there. So, all right, so we've been in many vehicles. We've tested a Chevy Tahoe, which very much was a truck and rode like a truck. We tested a Ford Maverick that was a truck but didn't ride like a truck.
Right.
What are your driving impressions in this? We're about to hit the brick streets of historic downtown Tyler, Texas.
Yeah, so that'll be the real test. Yeah. But of the three that you've mentioned, I like this one the most so far, because I think the Tahoe was just massive. Massive. And if you have a large family, it was amazing. But for just us three, I see us probably something in more like this.
So let's talk about what the Explorer is. So this is Ford's best-selling SUV and probably their most iconic, because the original Explorer created the SUV craze way back in the 90s when it was introduced. Back then, it was based on a truck platform. It rode more like a truck and only had 2 rows. But for the modern age, for 2020, in fact, this grew a little bit. It became rear-wheel drive biased again, but still rides on a car platform. So you get all the benefits of it being car-based, nice smooth ride, compliant. You get the benefits of it being rear-wheel drive in that your front tires aren't doing everything, power and steering and everything. So you really get the best of all the worlds with this current platform. I think the fact that it's rear-wheel drive kind of puts it a leg above, like I said, the Kia Sorentos of the world that it's competing against. Even Chevy's Traverse is front-wheel drive biased. So this really, I think, is a more livable, more usable package day in and day out. And the EcoBoost engine under the hood is fairly fuel efficient. I've got 115 miles on the clock since we've gotten it, averaging 19.4 mpg, mostly in the city. So not spectacular, but also not terrible.
Yeah. How much is this one?
This one, as it is spec'd, is 45.
Okay. Can you get on the screen this speed limit, or is it just this little guy?
Well, you've got it right there on the right.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah, that's your
it's
speed.
little.
And then on the left, you've got the posted speed. And then the reason that your speed is so small is because this has Ford's Copilot 360 activated. So it actually notifies and is showing you that there is a vehicle in front of you. It knows there's a vehicle in front of you. And it's also showing you that you're being centered in the lanes. One interesting thing I noticed about it noticing the vehicle in front of you, the icon that they use is a Ford Fusion, which they don't even make anymore. So,
well, that's cool. I didn't know that's what that was.
And it does an excellent job of lane keep. It is smooth on the abrupt braking. So your 2014 Jeep Cherokee is a little jerky if someone cuts you off, or if it realizes it's getting too close to somebody. It has a tendency to slam on the brakes.
Yes.
Where this is a little more lenient and more like a human would drive. So here we are, actually on the brick streets, and the car-based platform that this is riding on, I think is holding its weight, showing what it's worth, because this is very compliant.
So this isn't a hybrid, right?
No, this one is not a hybrid, but it does have the engine start-stop.
Start-stop. Oh, okay.
Ford does offer a hybrid of the Explorer. This is not it, though.
Oh.
So, Holly, I will say I think we have found the benefit of having a 3-row vehicle with just you, me, and Tucker in the family. And that is, we don't really have to worry about car seats in the middle row. Those can still be used by adults.
Yeah.
Because somebody thinks it's really cool to ride all the way back in the back. Isn't that right, Tucker?
Yeah, me.
Car seat installation was not too bad back there. Rear child seat anchors. There are 2 seats back in the back. There are anchors for both seats back in the back. So Daddy approved back there. The middle row has captain's chairs, and each of those also has anchors and a rear tether. So that would be just as easy to install. My problem there is we have the captain's chairs, so if you put a car seat in, you really only have usable spot for 1 adult in this vehicle. That 3rd row is a bonus seat for adults. There are some competitors in this segment, the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, that was designed for a 6'4" individual to ride back comfortably.
Wow.
So I would say in this vehicle, it lines up more with like the Kia Sorentos of the world, where that's a bonus seat there in a pinch if you need it, or if you just want to put your car seats permanently back there versus in the middle row.
Which is easy for him to get back and get in that seat.
He likes filling the hatch.
You're the one who's been buckling him in, because that's kind of a hassle to get back there and buckle him in.
Yeah, that's true. But again, going back to putting a child seat in the captain's chairs, this does not have child seat friendly sliding 2nd row seats, in that to access the 3rd row from the captain's chairs, the back actually reclines in and would not work with a child seat in place. So they got it right on the Expedition. I'm not quite sure why here on the Explorer they decided to do the I'd say not child seat friendly access method to that 3rd row. So just something to be cognizant of if you're shopping for an Explorer with car seats in your family. If you get them in there, you're going to be going through that middle pass through, or going through whatever seat doesn't have a car seat in it. All right, so you and I already know Tucker approves. He loves playing in all 3 rows of this. He was very excited to see that we did get a 3-row SUV. What are your final thoughts from power, driving impressions, and styling?
I really like it. I think it's a pretty car. It's really comfortable. I like the seats. I like some of the options that they have for, I think it's really good for families, like the 3-row seats, lay the seats back.
The 3-zone air conditioning was a huge benefit to us. And let's face it, today it was 3-zone heating, but yeah, all in all, this very competent package. 45 grand for this. Could you see us owning something like this?
Definitely. This would be a great vehicle for our family, for sure.
Yeah, and being that this is the XLT, it's 1 step above the base, it's kind of perfect for the modern family. So this really is the Goldilocks of SUVs for us, for our family of 3, and we rather like it. Let us know what you think of the Ford Explorer by leaving a comment down below. If you liked this video, give us a like, and do us and you a favor and hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified every time we post a new video. And if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff before it is here on YouTube, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do, including our award-winning podcast, can be found at gtgaragetalk.com. Well, we've got a very anxious 3-year-old inside who is ready to get home. So why don't you say we put him in his car seat and hit the road?
Sounds great to me. Let's go.
Love you, Tucker.
I love you.
You love me?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
Sometimes he does, and sometimes he doesn't.
What is happening? It's moving?
It's moving.
Why that's moving?
Are you too hot?
Too hot or too cold, T-Man?
Well, I just closed them.
You closed them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you comfortable back there?
Yeah.
Okay. You having fun riding back in the way back?
Hey, do you want to take away?
I do, but I can't reach you all the way back there.
Oh my goodness.
So Holly, I think we have found the benefit of a 3-row SUV with our small 3-person family. And that is the fact that we don't have to fumble with
No,
car seats.
4 piece of family.
4 people family?
Yep, there's only way in home.
Way in the trunk. We make our family right.